8:44, we're back. Live shot from Century Plaza Hotel and Spa. Thor, there is much to cover.
Wow.
With the Oscar nominations that came down this morning.
All right, let's get right into it. We've got 8 nominations for Best Picture, and those were released earlier. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. Many don't think Bohemian Rhapsody, maybe even Vice, belong on that list. I think there were a couple of other movies, considering The Rider, other great films like First Man that could have made the cut, but they didn't, sadly. But we'll get into these a little bit more. Leading the way in nominations with 10 apiece, Roma and The Favorite, respectively. Let's talk acting now. Leading actor, Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Willem Dafoe. Love that. He plays Vincent Van Gogh in At Eternity's Gate. That's a 4th nomination for Dafoe. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book. And I would think the frontrunner is Bradley Cooper. It's going to be basically between him and Bale and Malek. And then Best Actress. Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Melissa McCarthy. Love seeing her on that list. I think that was a career-topping performance in Can You Ever Forgive Me? And Lady Gaga in A Star is Born. To me, it's down to Lady Gaga and Glenn Close. But many people haven't seen The Wife, but she's tremendous in that film.
Gaga 2 nominations for Best Original Song as well. So you mentioned The Favorite and Roma leading the way with 10 nominations each. Standout. So what made these such great films?
Well, I love to see The Favorite on there. It was my number 3 pick of top 10 movies of 2018. The production design, the period details, the costumes, the performances, the trio of performances from Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone, astoundingly good. So I'm really glad to see Yorgos Lanthimos' beautiful dark comedy. It's a weird movie, period piece, get on there. And then Roma. This is a historic movie because for the first time ever, Netflix has nabbed a Best Picture nomination. So that's major for the streaming giant, and they are a major player now on the scene. And this is a love letter to 1970s Mexico from Alfonso Cuarón, known for movies like Children of Men and Gravity. Just a beautiful movie, which locally is still playing at the Van City Theater, no less, until early February.
Spike Lee, a first for him as well.
Yes. Now, we got to talk A Star is Born first before we get to Spike Lee. I love that. But Bradley Cooper was not nominated for Best Director. The film was nominated for Best Picture. This is Shades of Argo, when it effectively won Best Picture, but Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for Best Director, and Sam Elliott got Best Supporting Actor. That's a first for him in his 50-plus year career.
Now can we talk Spike Lee?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Spike Lee, incredibly, had only 1 Oscar nomination prior to today. It was for 1989's Do the Right Thing, Best Original Screenplay. Now he's earned his first ever Best Picture and Best Director nomination for Black Klansman, one of the strongest films of the year. So really good to see that in his 3 decades of filmmaking, 61 years on this earth, that he is getting some great recognition for this incredible film.
And for superheroes in the comic book hero genre, this was a breakthrough as well.
Amazing. Black Panther, the first comic book movie to ever be nominated for Best Picture. We thought The Dark Knight would get it in 2008 when they opened up that nomination number from 5 to as many as 10. People thought The Dark Knight would make the cut. It didn't. Now, Ryan Coogler, the rest of the cast and crew celebrating because Black Panther, which came out in like February of 2008, but it was remembered at awards time, so that's great.
And the Academy missed out on the party for the First Man.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a snub because these are all based on votes. They didn't get enough votes, but I'm really disappointed First Man didn't get more. I thought it was an exceptional picture. Gets better every time I watch it. And it did land 4 nominations, but I thought it was deserving of many, many more. Also, not to be too much of a downer, but among all of the Best Picture nominees and the Best Director nominees, not a single female on there. When you consider Chloe Zhao for The Rider, Lynn Ramsey, You Were Never Really Here, Deborah Granick in Leave No Trace, and Marielle Heller, who gave us Can You Ever Forgive Me? It's kind of an oversight.
And final note here, when was the last time there was an Oscars without a host?
Okay, February 24th, the Oscars are getting going. Sans host. The last time they did that was 30 years ago in 1989 when they had a disastrous 11-minute opener with Rob Lowe, Snow White. There were dancing coconuts. The producer of that show, Alan Carr, he basically never worked in Hollywood again. So they're promising more musical medleys. Let's see how it goes.
Chances of dancing coconuts at this year's show?
Probably slim to none, but there'll be some awkward moments, for sure.
Oh, Thor has spoken. It should be fun by the end of the month. Listen, we'll take a break. Final